Check this out.
Oh, a puppy!
Uh-huh. I'll kill you.
Oh my god.
You'll never work in this town again. You'll never work in any town again. I'm somehow in charge of all the towns.
Easy.
I'm gonna set your mailbox on fire, and while you're looking into it, I'm gonna nuke your house.
Now what's the point of the mailbox?
I don't know. I'm just very upset, you son of a stupid.
Sir, no, I'm proving my point, okay? We're gonna have the high evolutionary be really mean to cute animals constantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Yeah, see, we're gonna have constant flashbacks to horrifying experiments being done to baby Rocket and his little friends. But wait, present day Rocket doesn't have cute little animal friends?
Yeah. So you can see where these flashbacks are headed. Oh no!
Well, we're gonna intercut that with fun action and bickering and stuff, so it evens out.
Kind of feels like emotional whiplash.
No, it's just kind of fun times and then, constant, almost unnecessarily graphic depictions of animal cruelty. Oh my god.
Anyway,
So eventually they manage to get the codes that they need to save Rocket's life.
oh good. And they're all gonna go up against the high evolutionary and kick his sorry butt.
Why does this guy have such an apologetic butt?
That's just an expression.
His butt's indifferent to this whole story.
So does Rocket kill him and get some sweet revenge?
No, he doesn't, because he says he's one of the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. Do the Guardians not kill people? Oh no, they do. Yeah, constantly. A lot of dead bodies. Right.
But not this guy for some reason. Anyway, they leave him for dead in his exploding ship. There it is.
And so all the good guys are going from the exploding ship to the good guy. They do. Yeah, constantly. A lot of dead bodies. Right.
But not this guy for some reason. Anyway, they leave him for dead in his exploding ship. There it is.
And so all the good guys are going from the exploding ship into the galaxy. Do the Guardians not kill people? Oh no, they do. Yeah, constantly. A lot of dead bodies. Right.
But not this guy for some reason. Anyway, they leave him for dead in his exploding ship. There it is.
And so all the good guys are going from the exploding ship to the good guy ship, but Star-Lord
Rocket kill him and get some sweet revenge?
No, he doesn't, because he says he's one of the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. Do the Guardians not kill people? Oh no, they do. Yeah, constantly. A lot of dead bodies. Right.
But not this guy for some reason. Anyway, they leave him for dead in his exploding ship. There it is.
And so all the good guys are going from the exploding ship to the good guy ship, but Star-Lord kind of has to travel through space to get there.
Oh, we should have Adam Warlock save him.
Well, I mean, Star-Lord has the helmet and the rocket boots, so technically he should be fine. Yeah, maybe he forgot those at home because he was in such a rush.
Seriously?
Yeah, honestly, we gotta show some more Adam Warlock, dude. We promised. All right, so, yeah, Star-Lord forgets his space gear for the space adventure, and Adam Warlock saves him because we said he'd be in this.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Anyway, so then
Most of the Guardians decide to retire, and everybody gets happy endings.
Oh!
Story-wise. Oh, okay.
So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a good movie, just the kind of thing the MCU needs right now.
Nice.
I'm glad this creative team is on our side. Hi everybody, Ryan George here. Thanks for watching that pitch meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made you...
Monster size comparison. Top 10. Top 9. So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking it's about time we make an animated Super Mario movie. Oh my god, yeah, that is a massive franchise. How have we not attempted that yet? Because the live action one from 30 years ago made Nintendo lose trust in the entire film industry. Yeah, that's fair. But I think they're gonna be okay with this version, sir.
Oh, why's that?
Because we're gonna play it safer than any movie ever has before.
Oh, hell yeah, minimize those risks, make them real small.
You know it, sir. And I'm thinking we cast big old celebrities to voice these characters. You know, maximize marketability, minimize risk even more. Wait, so we're gonna get big celebrities to do the silly Mario voices? No, we'll just explain that those were silly voices they did for a commercial, so the celebrities can just do whatever accents they want.
That works.
So these risks are so minimal, my heart rate has gone down.
Amazing. So what happens in this thing?
Well, Mario and Luigi are plumbers in Brooklyn, right? But nobody's taking them seriously.
Okay.
So one day they try to fix a massive manhole leak that they saw on the news.
Oh, massive manhole leaks are tight.
Oh my god, I said what I said. Anyway, they end up going through this warp pipe underground.
Oh, why is there a magic warp pipe under Brooklyn? What's going on there?
Oh, okay. Well, listen, sir, this is not the kind of movie where I'm going to be answering that kind of question, okay?
I was just wondering.
Oh, no. Okay. So anyway, they're flying down this warp thing, entering this new world. Okay. Well, listen, sir, this is not the kind of movie where I'm going to be answering that kind of question, okay?
I was just wondering.
Oh, no. Okay. So anyway, they're flying down this warp thing, entering this new world.
Oh boy, here we go.
I can't wait to see these two brothers go on a big old adventure together.
I
bet. And so then they get separated and spend the rest of the movie apart.
Oh.
So frickin' Mario lands in Mushroom Kingdom and meets Toad.
Wow, he must be freaking out to be in an entirely new world after spending his whole life in Brooklyn.
Not so much, because we got to keep the plot going. That makes sense. So Toad brings him to see Princess Peach, and she's like, "Whoa, you're a human too? I was brought here when I was a baby."
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk to dodge questions. Whoa, you're a human too? I was brought here when I was a baby.
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk. I was a baby.
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk to dodge questions. Not so much, because we got to keep the plot going. That makes sense. So Toad brings him to see Princess Peach, and she's like, "Whoa, you're a human too? I was brought here when I was a baby."
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk to dodge questions.
Overruled.
I'll allow it. So Mario finds out that Bowser wants to be.
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk to dodge questions.
Overruled.
I'll allow it. So Mario finds out that Bowser wants to marry Princess Peach.
Interesting. So what's the story there?
No further questions. Okay, wait, you can't just use courtroom talk to dodge questions.
Overruled.
I'll allow it. So Mario finds out that Bowser wants to marry Princess Peach.
Like a species kind of thing. Okay.
Well, you know, please don't describe it like that.
Sorry.
And so he's gonna destroy the Mushroom Kingdom using a superstar if she says the course. He doesn't know, but Peach is like, "Okay, good enough," and they head out.
Whoa.
And then Toad pops up and he's like, "I'm coming too," and Peach is like, "Okay, sounds good." Oh my god, now he has to do the course too? No, he doesn't for some reason. He's cool.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, meanwhile, Luigi's being kept in a cage by Bowser next to the cutest little Luma star.
Aww.
Who just absolutely craves death. Oh my god. And we're gonna have Bowser sing this big old song about how he loved Park.
Aww.
Who just absolutely craves doesn't for some reason. He's cool.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, meanwhile, Luigi's being kept in a cage by Bowser next to the cutest little Luma star.
Aww.
Who just absolutely craves death. Oh my god. And we're gonna have Bowser sing this big old song about how too? No, he doesn't for some reason. He's cool.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, meanwhile, Luigi's being kept in a cage by Bowser next to the cutest little Luma star.
Aww.
Who just absolutely craves death. Oh my god. And we're gonna have Bowser sing this big old song about how he loves Princess Peach. Bowser is gonna sing? Why would we have Bowser sing a song? Well, I was thinking we get Jack Black to voice him. Gotta have Bowser sing a song in that case. Yeah, okay. So the good guys make it to Cranky Kong, and he's like, "All right, I'll give you my army if Mario can defeat my son in a fight."
Kind of random.
So then Donkey Kong is absolutely kicking Mario's butt, but then Mario manages to beat him.
Oh, wow. How does he manage that?
Well, there were some power-ups, so he used those. Would he have been able to beat him without those? Oh, absolutely not.
Performance-enhancing drugs are tight.
Wait, no, that's not... Would he have been able to beat him without those? Oh, absolutely not.
Performance-enhancing drugs are tight.
Wait, no, that's not the message here.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, performance-enhancing drugs are tight.
Wait, no, that...
Wow, how does he manage that? Well, there were some power-ups, so he used those.
Would he have been able to beat him without those?
Oh, absolutely not. Performance-enhancing drugs are tight.
Wait, no, that's not the message here.
Are you sure?
Kicking Mario's butt, but then Mario manages to beat him.
Oh, wow, how does he manage that? Well, there were some power-ups, so he used those.
Would he have been able to beat him without those?
Oh, absolutely not. Performance-enhancing drugs are tight.
Wait, no, that's not the message here.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, okay then. So what does this juiced-up battalion do next?
Well, now that they have the army on their side, they get into carts and get onto Rainbow Road. That's from the video game my brothers and I used to punch each other about.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, sir.
That's the exact reaction I'm looking for.
What do you mean?
Recognition of familiarity. That's exactly what I'm looking for here in every scene.
Jeez, that's a pretty low bar to hurdle. You think you can manage that? I think I can, sir.
Remember blue shells?
I do. So, I just did my job.
Oh my god, you did. I remembered the thing that I remembered. Yeah.
So what else happens?
Well, then Bowser's army's gonna attack, and Mario and Donkey Kong are gonna fall into some water.
Uh-oh.
And then they get swallowed up by a big old Ma Ray.
Oh, jeez, it's gonna be tough to get out of a freaking creature's stomach. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, because turns out this thing also swallowed a rocket barrel from Donkey Kong's cart, so they used that to get out pretty much immediately.
Oh, that was pretty serious. It sounds like that plot point lasted several seconds.
Yeah, it did. More than 10 seconds, sir. Probably less than 20.
Jeez.
So anyway, eventually they're all gonna get transported to the streets of Brooklyn for the final battle.
Oh boy, here we go.
And Mario and Luigi are finally gonna be reunited, and they manage to use a superstar to defeat Bowser.
Wow.
Well, it really goes to show anything is possible with
performance-enhancing drugs.
Again, not the message I'm going for here.
But it might be, though.
It might be, I don't know. So what do you think? Well, listen, I recognized a lot of the things you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I suspect other people will recognize them as well.
So,
that's really all we need.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
Again, not the message I'm going for here.
But it might be, though.
It might be, I don't know. So what do you think? Well, listen, I recognized a lot of the things you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I suspect other people will recognize them as well.
So,
that's really all we... Well, it really goes to show anything is possible with
performance-enhancing drugs.
Again, not the message I'm going for here.
But it might be, though.
Luigi are finally going to be reunited, and they managed to use a superstar to defeat Bowser.
Wow.
Well, it really goes to show anything is possible with
performance-enhancing drugs.
Again, not the message I'm going for here.
But it might be, though.
It might be, I don't know. So what do you think? Well, listen, I recognized a lot of the things you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I suspect other people will recognize them as well.
So,
that's really all we need. This is going to be a hit.
This just in, the price is $700 and it crushes the Steam Deck.
your investments locked in one place with little flexibility to do more?
Oh my god, that's your notes for this video?
Oh no, I have a tiny bit more stuff down here.
The point is, we thought RTX 4090 pretty fast, but could it be faster? Good timing for that. We're gonna be taking this 4090 Strix from its stock 450 watts of power consumption all the way to 1,000 watts. Then we're gonna be adding external voltage modification and chilled water cooling thanks to our ThermoFlex 5000 to see just how far this baby can fly. Fly, like this fly segue to our sponsor.
Corsair. Looking for a thin, high quality, and portable keyboard? Well then look at this, Corsair's latest keyboard, the wireless K100 Air. It's got hyper-fast connectivity and all-day battery life. Its Cherry MX ultra low profile switches provide an ultra responsive experience that'll fit your work or gaming needs. Check it out at the link below.
One of the coolest things about modern GPUs is their ability to dynamically boost their clock speeds in order to deliver the best possible gaming experience. But as you can imagine, they can't just boost infinitely. So there are three main factors that we need to overcome if we want to increase their performance. The first is the thermal limit. This, intuitively, is put in place to prevent your card from cooking itself in its attempts to run Cyberpunk at 500 frames per second. That we're not worried about today though, because one, this cooler is totally overbuilt. This card survived at 80 degrees in a thermal chamber. It's frosting over already, Alex.
I'm turning it off.
And two, by the time we're done, we're going to be running this Quantum Vector Squared GPU block on it. Our main focus today then is how to overcome the other two, the voltage limit and current limit. For voltage control, we're going to be using this cool little doohickey from Elmore Labs. It used to be that through software, you could just adjust the voltage on your GPU, but then NVIDIA went, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the email they sent out, and made their partners lock down voltage control. Thankfully, with a relatively simple soldering, voltage limit and current limit. For voltage control, we're going to be using this cool little doohickey from Elmore Labs. It used to be that through software, you could just adjust the voltage on your GPU, but then NVIDIA went, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the email they sent out, and made their partners lock down voltage control. Thankfully, with a relatively simple soldering job and a USB-C connection to this board, that functionality can be restored. As for current, we were planning to do a shunt mod again like we did with the 3090, where we trick the onboard controller into thinking that it's putting out half as much power as it actually is. But this time, thanks to NVIDIA's control freak nature, it turns out we don't even have to. Floating around on the internet are modded 1,000 watt BIOSes for the RTX 4090. Whether these came from enterprising users or were leaked from manufacturers, we have no way of knowing, but we do know that at some point in the development process, the 4090 was intended to be a much more power-hungry card, so we kind of suspect the former. And as it turns out, you don't even necessarily need to have a matching card to flash these BIOSes. Users have reported taking a mismatched BIOS, flashing it to their card, and it firing right up. So thanks NVIDIA for making all 4090s the same, I guess. Convenient.
Couple terrifying things about this BIOS. First of all, it removes temperature protection, which is
really?
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. We can just
super easy to cook it.
yeah, and then Gear will come over here, murder us.
Yeah, and for another, obviously, it removes the current protection, which exists for a reason. So A, our power connector to the board is only rated for 600 watts, not 925 watts. And for another, the VRMs on this board are A, not designed to have 1,000 watts going through them, and B, I don't even know if they're going to be cooled by the block, because this is also not designed with 1,000 watts in mind.
That's probably fine.
Probably fine. Before we do any of that though, we need to establish our baseline performance so that we know if anything we're doing is even helping. This is our results for F122.
What is interesting is we can see that the performance cap reason is just voltage regulation. That is what's holding us back.
Okay.
And our maximum draw was somewhere around
390.
Yeah, 390 watts. That's a lot of watts.
We could do better though. That isn't the only number we need though. There is some performance tuning that we can do without getting super sketchy. By firing up GPU Twerk, really? Oh, Tweak. That makes more sense. By firing up GPU Tweak 3, my vision's going, we can adjust our power target, turn down, in some cases, our GPU voltage. No, we just crank it, really. It has no down. By adjusting our power target, our GPU voltage, our boost clock, and maybe we'll throw a bit of a memory overclock on it,
Sure.
we should be able to eke out a little bit more performance in a way we would actually recommend replicating at home.
Our power target's now 120. That's as high as it'll let us go. Plus 200 on the core, plus 900 on the memory. I think it'll be fine.
The hotspot is the one we're particularly going to want to keep a close eye on, because that's the one that, especially with so much power running through it, is going to spike extremely quickly in the absence of adequate cooling. I mean, it seems to be still working. Yeah, just let it do its thing. I mean, we can tell that the hotspot is the hotter one. Way to go.
Yep, it's very not happy. Yeah, we clearly do need more voltage.
Yep.
Should we just...
Send it.
Maybe it was our filter. We'll adjust both at the same time.
Okay, here we go. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's nearly running at 3 gigahertz. That's pretty fast.
Okay, what are we limited by? Voltage.
Voltage.
Okay, if we want to get more clock speed, then we're going to need more voltage.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, well, I guess that test isn't valid anymore. I was just going to see, okay. 100% hit apply. Sure. Wow, that actually worked. Now we're drawing 430 watts.
Okay.
And the GPU clock's higher. Cool. Oh, it's easy.
Based on the scaling we're seeing here, man, this might be able to go quite a bit higher.
Maybe. Or the card will just blow up. Or just taking some sliders and going like that. We went from...
We just got 12% more performance.
Yeah. And like our minimums went up by a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Overclocking, who knew? Let's go faster.
Before we volt mod this 4090, we need to make sure that we're actually modifying the voltages and not just some number on the screen is changing. To do that, we need to be able to probe this card. Now, I don't know exactly where we can find core and memory voltages, but I think there are some headers right here, and if we just solder a couple wires to those, we are good. Let's find out what these actually do. What we're really concerned about here is the core voltage. It is just at idle, so it is currently 0.885 volts. That's what we're looking for. 0.89, that's probably it.
I don't know if you've watched previous attempts of Alex and I to try and solve a graphics card. That's the password, dude, it's on. I'm not joking.
Why is it so crap? This is pretty terrible.
What are you gonna do with those wires?
I think I was soldered them right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's probably fine. And then, like, what are you gonna use to measure that? An oscilloscope? Oh no.
No one's getting lead poisoning today.
So I'm just going to hold it there for a while. It's the small things in life you gotta like, man. Okay, I think we're done.
There you go. So there's hot glue on it.
Oh yeah, strain release. It's so insane. The best part is we didn't quite do it right, so to look at the voltage, you need to probe one of these guys to get ground. But there it is. 0.89 volts is what we're drawing at idle, so we now know that. Works pretty good.
And you're just going to drag that all over the back of the card like that?
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah. We'll see if we can get to any traces and short it out and kill it. We're moving. I think it took a while, but the EVC2 is working. It's the sort of thing where, like, you know, when you get something off GitHub and you have to, like, install the software and the drivers, but for the drivers to work, you need a specific version of Java, which requires visual and all of that stuff. It took me a couple hours, but it's working.
Yeah, when he told me that he needed about half an hour, I told the guys over there no less than an hour. It has now been 4.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's not even bolted to the... Alex!
Yeah.
You've only got 4 screws in it.
We can add more if you want, but then we had to add backplate. It's fine.
Oh, the system works. Okay. Wonderful. We're at 0.89.
This right here is telling you everything that's happening with the voltage controller at the moment.
Yeah. 1.05. Yeah, 1.0-ish. How accurate is this multimeter? Do I trust this or that?
You sort of don't trust either of them.
Sick.
Controller at the moment.
Yeah. 1.05. Yeah, 1.0-ish. How accurate is this multimeter? Do I trust this or that?
You sort of don't trust either of them.
Sick.
Basically what we're doing here, so 0.06 whatever. You can see here, like before, we are voltage limited. So you can go in here, the out offset.
How about 0.05?
Yeah.
Okay, and are we going to see this just... Whoa!
Yep.
Hello! You can see the board power draw right there. Boop.
There we go. That's the sort of speed we're looking for. Wow. Oh, that's a lot of power draw.
Over 3 gigahertz. Over 500 watts.
81 degrees Celsius. And we're still voltage regulated. Oh, it's a power for a
Oh,
second.
it did. There it is, that little tiny green blip there.
I feel like if we give it just like the tiniest bit more voltage, power is going to be a problem.
Hear you loud and clear. Okay, how about 0.065?
Sure.
Now let's see, is it even going to impact it mid-run? Yeah. See, this is weird. The power draw goes up, but the frequency doesn't. Oh, because we are power limited now. Wow, we're just shy of 600 watts, sir. Should we do a run at 600 watts and see what we end up with then? The GPU chip alone is drawing over 500 watts.
That's a lot of power for one of those little guys.
It's like unfathomable, right? Like, it goes, damn. Let's get more power.
All right, cool. To flash your BIOS, it's actually pretty easy. What you need is NV Flash. It's a little application here. You put that in the root of your thing.
Hold on, can we just set the card back to default before we do that?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that over here too. Before you update any kind of firmware, be it on your motherboard or GPU, you should return your entire system to stock settings. And ideally, you should be on a battery backup. If for whatever reason the power fails in the middle of a firmware update, It might survive.
Probably won't.
I've seen things survive.
With this GPU, it's a little bit less risky because we do have 2 BIOSes. So if we completely bork one of them, flip her over, other one's still probably good. Before you change your BIOS, you want to just make sure that the one that's on there you have saved. So just GPU-Z, it's right there, save the file.
Even if you never plan to roll it back, if you ever needed to RMA your card back to the manufacturer, for example, you would need to return it to its stock configuration. Not that you're RMAing this once you've soldered things to it, but if you didn't do that.
Now we can have a look at our BIOS. Wow.
Wow. Example, you would need to return it to its stock configuration. Not that you're RMAing this once you've soldered things to it, but if you
Sure that the one that's on there you have saved. So just GPU-Z, it's right there, save. File.
even if you never plan to roll it back, if you ever need.
With this GPU, it's a little bit less risky because we do have 2 BIOSes. So if we completely bork one of them, flip her over, other one's still probably good. Before you change your BIOS, you want to just make sure that the one that's on there you have saved. So just GPU-Z, right there, save the file. file.
Even if you never plan to roll it back, if you ever needed to RMA your card back to the manufacturer, for example, you would need to return it to its stock configuration. Not that you're...
Right there, save file.
Even if you never planned...
Flip her over. Other one's still probably good. Before you change your BIOS, you want to just make sure that the one that's on there you have saved. So just GPU-Z, click right there, save the file.
Even if you never planned to roll it back, if you ever needed to RMA your card back to the manufacturer, for example, you would need to return it to its stock configuration. Not that you're RMAing this once you've soldered things to it, but if you didn't do that.
Now we can have a look at our BIOS. Wow.
Wow,
That's
that's something.
yep.
We're in the Matrix now, boys. Oh,
Oh, wait. I think wait, stop. Well, maybe it's fine. Now we maybe have the ability to murder this GPU if we so want.
now we could.
I think now we maybe have the ability to murder this GPU if we so want. Oh, wait. I think wait, stop. Well, maybe. Oh, wait. I think wait, stop. Well, maybe it's fine. Now we maybe have the ability to murder this GPU if we so want.
Now we could.
I think 180 is where it was happy.
Firing it up.
Oh, this is scary.
Hold on, we can do the math here. It's at 14% of its TDP, and the board power is 142 watts.
Okay.
Okay, it thinks it's a 1,000-watt card. You know NVIDIA is going to lock this down with the next gen. Man, I remember when they were cool.
We're in kind of scary territory now as far as voltage goes.
Okay, and we're at 66 degrees and 480 watts. We got a result, but it's not going to be any faster. 145.
That's an improvement.
Oh,
That's a sizable improvement.
really? What were
Yeah,
we at before?
we started at 137.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it was a rock solid 3.03 gigahertz. Didn't move. Are we going to run out of GPU perk slider here?
I doubt it.
Okay. It's at 210. I'm going to... give her another 20.
That's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. It's not consuming power. How do we keep the card from kicking in its voltage cap?
Like, we're not thermally limited though. Something else is the problem.
It'll probably boost a little higher, just being cooler, but I don't think that's the issue here.
All right, I figured out what the problem was. Before we were only setting a voltage offset. Now I've have the offset, but increased the Vout command. So that seems to have broader voltage to where, first of all, the computer is reading a lot more accurate. And also I have got some very high temperatures. I turned it down a tiny bit, but yeah, thermal protection's not a thing on this GPU anymore. It's absolutely terrifying. So I'll just give this a tiny bit more. This might be fine. It might not be fine. I don't know. Let's see. A tiny bit faster. I have to watch the hotspot temperature very closely, because if that starts jumping up, we just need to Alt F4 and get out of here. Oh, that is fast. 3120, drawing 540 watts, not bad. I'm shocked how well this cooler works. FPS is the same, but that's about expected. I think we're about at the point though where if you go faster, you need more cooling. So, what is it? If you want to hear the most absolutely shocking thing, Andrew, I have not quite thought through how this GPU is going to go in. For whatever reason, our ground lead here doesn't seem to be working, so I have this in continuity mode right now. Beeps, touch it to ground, does not beep. Before we put this in there, I want this to just work and not have to worry about this lead kind of falling off and ending up somewhere bad. Kind of like that one right there. All right, I think we're all good to put it in. Here we go. It's kind of sketchy, something like that. Ha. Wow, this really isn't all that sketchy, but it sure as hell looks like it. I want to make sure that all of this is working perfectly before I turn the system on, because if there's air bubbles in here, there's currently no temperature protection on the GPU, so it will actually just kill itself if I'm not like properly running water. Might as well top it up. Okay, GPU hotspot, 17 degrees, we're good. Heck yeah. One thing that I like to do, if you hit Windows Control Shift D, like so, it resets your video driver, which can be quite helpful when you're crashing your video card a bunch of times.
Well, I think you did a fine job.
Oh, I know, look at the safety straps. So secure.
Genius. I always forget about the capabilities of this chiller. She's chilly.
It's very good at its job.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really need to, because what we've discovered is that this RTX 4090, and for that matter, pretty much all of them, is not thermally limited in any way. And in fact, it's not even really current limited, is it?
Yeah, no.
We solved the problem where we accidentally were applying a voltage rather than a voltage offset, but what we discovered is that even though we were able to get the power consumption up like
580, I think is as high as I saw.
it doesn't impact performance anymore.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, we were to apply dangerously high voltages, but we're trying to do this somewhat responsibly.
I don't know, I had pretty dangerous voltages there, and like, it doesn't go faster.
I guess the conclusion is twofold then. One, there's definitely performance to wring out of the RTX 4090, if only NVIDIA would give us the bloody controls to do it. And two, they made the right call to ship it at 450 watts, given how close the performance is to the 600 watt configuration.
Like this right here is probably as fast as it'll go. I played with the memory a little bit. You can get it going like 100 megahertz faster, but at the same time, I found that the actual scores went down, so I'm guessing that it was not quite stable.
You're riding that razor's edge.
Yeah, NVIDIA GPUs will pull back clocks for a couple cycles if they think they're going to crash. And so even though the number will be higher, like in GPU Z, the actual score is lower. So we're right at the limit.
At the limit of telling you about our sponsor.
Oh, first, I want to see if we can hit the limit of our power supply.
Oh, God.
We could give it a tiny bit more voltage, get it up to about 580 watts. The CPU, even though we don't have like the direct dye cooler on it, we can get a pretty easy like 400 out of it. Thanks to this guy. That's getting pretty close to the 1200. Not quite.
Okay, let's see how good of a power supply Corsair makes.
Oh, we should get CPU speed.
Oh, wow, we're at over 600 watts on the GPU now.
Oh, yes. What's the hotspot temperature? 73, okay, that's fine. I upped the voltage a tiny bit.
That's not hotspot. Hotspot's 95.
95. Oh, that's hot.
Will Smith, that is hot.
How's our CPU doing? Oh, yes. What's the hotspot temperature? 73. Okay, that's fine.
I think
I
that's
upped the
not
voltage a
hotspot.
tiny
That's
bit.
not hotspot. Hotspot's 95.
95. Oh, that's hot.
Will Smith, that is hot.
How's our CPU doing? 6 gigahertz.
Casual. No! And the RGB turned off.
What do we call it?
Editor, please cut out the awkward pause while I was thinking of that. Just use a punch in or something. Just like I'm gonna call myself to tell you about our sponsor.
How's our CPU doing? 6 gigahertz.
Casual. No! And the RGB turned off.
What do we call it?
Editor, please cut out the awkward pause while I was thinking of that. Just use a punch in or something. Just like I'm gonna call myself to tell you about our sponsor.
Videocom, making a sales pitch to a prospective client, working on a
This just in, the price is $700.